Good afternoon, everyone. Just imagine if you take a business trip to another country to meet with some business associates. You are totally unaware of their culture and their context. You get off the plane and you take a cab to the company or the corporation that you're visiting. You have your professional attire on and you're ready to engage in business. Once you arrive in the meeting room, you realize that their professional attire is different than yours. And you feel embarrassed, like, wow, I think I should have checked with them before I put my suit on or my dress on. Or you invite some friends over for dinner. You order some pizza with pepperoni and sausage, but yet you are unaware that their religious beliefs prohibit them from eating pork or pork-based products. In chapter 2, entitled Culture and Bad Breath, David Smith helps his readers to understand the importance of embracing the diversity of different cultures. But he also points out that people can lack the comprehension of these differences. He elucidates on the role of normality and how normality is shaped by our culture, our upbringing, and experiences. What is a normal routine for Americans may not necessarily be a normal routine for someone in another country. We get up, we put on our clothes, we brush our teeth, we eat breakfast. But in other cultures, they may have a different routine. In reality, within the American sphere of life, what may be a normal routine for one American may not be normal for another, depending on the region that you live in, or where you were born, or your ethnicity. Smith says something very profound on page 27. He says, culture is not just a question of different behaviors, but also of the meanings that we assign to things. It affects the way a person hears. In essence, our interpretation of life, thought, and practice is affected by our upbringing and our experiences. What we hear, what we see, how we process new information are based upon our cultural context. You may have heard before that four people can view the same car accident, but may assign different meanings and connotations to that accident, not just based on proximity to the accident, nor just based on position, where you're at, where you're located, but also based on our ingrained cultural experiences. One person may view a loud person as irate or over the top. Another person may view this same individual as just asserting his or her position. That's why cultural understanding is so important to missionaries who immerse themselves in other cultures. It is important for them to research and understand the landscape of people or of the people that they are serving. Yes, it is important to share the gospel, but not to enforce cultural rituals and ceremonies on other cultures. And I agree with this view. Recently, Newald has introduced this whole concept of incarnational leadership into missionary contexts and circles. This concept is rooted in the incarnational manifestation of Christ, who, though he was God, knew that in order to understand the struggles, the obstacles, and the challenges of humanity, he had to undergo their experiences. He had to eat. He had to sleep. He got thirsty. He got tired. He got lonely. And that's why this made him the perfect advocate and intercessor and high priest for us. Servant leadership epitomizes this kind of experience. Hutchinson mentions that Christ's incarnational encounter with humans demonstrated his willingness to lead through service. For why else would God want to become man? Thank you.